Welcome back inside the BROGAN HILLMAN show, and today we have a great video. 5 players that are going to explode in 2024 compared to their value and their production from last season. But before we get into it, Ghost Energy, please sponsor the show. Big fan of the product, drink it almost every day. And most importantly, the Bible verse, Romans 15:13 today, and it goes, "May the God of hope fill you with all joy and peace as you trust in him, so that you may overflow with hope by the power of the Holy Spirit." Just saying, the more you trust in God, the more you sit back and let things unfold and just trust God's process, the more hope and the more prosperity you'll be filled up with, the more fulfillment you'll get out of life, and the more you'll just stop worrying and you'll live your life and you'll just let God handle it and you'll trust in the Lord with all that you say and do. Let's get straight into the video. I really like that Bible verse. It's really encouraging, and more things that are encouraging are these 5 players on this list that are going to explode in 2024. Number 5.
Back towards Perry, jump ball!
Someone you probably have heard of, just not who you're expecting to be on this list. A.T. Perry, the Saints wide receiver 3. I think he's a stud. Personally, 6th round pick, 195th overall out of Wake Forest. I really like this kid. He didn't have that much production this year, obviously, as a wide receiver 3 with a brand new quarterback in a brand new system. 12 receptions, 246 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Some receivers, if you're crazy enough, get that in one game. But I feel like A.T. Perry, for that reason, is going to have a significant step up in 2024. And I feel like he's going to play his absolute heart out and just be honestly a key piece to that offense. They have Rashid Shaheed, they have Chris Olave. I mean, they have some other great stud players, but I feel like he'll find a way to solidify himself in that offense and just make a great statement and overall be a great complement piece to that Saints offense, having a way better 2024 year than in 2023 and solidifying himself as a key piece on that offense. Number 4.
The rookie's so impressive in the return game.
We have Marvin Moss Jr., a kickoff return beast. I mean, this guy's explosive out of Oklahoma. We know what he's capable of. I had to see it against my Dolphins. Even when we hung 70 on their head, he still had a great game. Last year, he went for 22 receptions, 377 yards, and 1 touchdown, but his return stats were even better. 397 yards returning with a return touchdown. He's just explosive. He can make things happen. He's very fast in the open field, very good in the open field. He's a 2nd round pick out of Oklahoma. He's the last pick in the 2nd round at 63rd because the Dolphins forfeited pick. But Marvin Moss Jr. is a stud in that offense with whoever they have at quarterback. I'm not going to reveal just yet who I think they're going to mock in my mock draft, but I do have them drafting a quarterback. Just a little sneak peek to my next video, the NFL official mock draft. But Marvin Moss Jr., I think he's ready for an even better 2nd year. His sophomore season, he's ready to break out, solidify himself. So wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2 behind Courtland Sutton. I think it's going to be a very, very fun season to watch for the Broncos, and it's going to be a very interesting season to watch for the Broncos. Marvin Moss Jr. at 4. Number 3. Guy that was very sought after in the draft by Dan Campbell and these Lions, Jir Gibbs. He had a great year, the best out of anyone on this list. That's why he's sort of at 3. He had 102 carries, a ton of production, ton of chances, 945 yards, just 55 shy of 1,000 with 10 touchdowns. He was the RB2 behind David Montgomery in Detroit, and he was drafted 12th overall, obviously, into the Lions, trading back from that 6th spot and still landing Jir Gibbs. If you've seen Inside the Lions Den, you know how excited they were to land Jir Gibbs. He is their future at running back there in Detroit, and they absolutely love Jir Gibbs. So I feel like they're going to give him just more RB1 potential, more swings out of the backfield, more chances to make plays this season, and his production is going to step up even more in 2024. And he's going to be a very good fantasy piece as well. Look out for Jir Gibbs in your fantasy drafts. He's going to make a statement in fantasy football this season. Jir Gibbs is destined for a breakout season in 2024. Jir Gibbs at number 3. Number 2.
Inside the 10, H.N. touchdown.
A Miami Dolphin. He's one of the guys, Devonhnhn. He's another guy that had pretty good production in his rookie year. 103 carries, a lot less than Jir Gibbs, obviously, but he went for 100 yards still and 8 touchdowns. Explosive runner. You get him in open field, he's gone. He can stretch the field. He's very fast, very elusive, makes men miss like it's nothing. He was drafted in the 3rd round too. Great value for that pick. 84th overall. Dolphins snagged him in the 3rd round. He is very, very explosive. Like I said, 8 touchdowns, and he played behind Raheem Mostert, a guy that the Dolphins just re-signed for a 2-year deal. So he has his buddy back in Miami. That backfield is ready to shine once again, but I do feel like H.N. is going to get more RB1 carries this season, and he's going to be used more as the RB1 over Raheem Mostert. He spent a year learning behind him, sort of adjusting to the scheme. Same thing as Jir Gibbs, and he's ready to come out here and explode as the RB1 in Miami. That's why I have Devonhnhn at number 2. At number 1,
Levis, bulldozer. bulldozes. Oh.
We have a quarterback. We have the very second pick of the second round. I almost said the very first. The second pick of the second round, Will Levis out of Kentucky. Obviously, he started in 9 out of 17 games, pretty much half, just over half for the Tennessee Titans. And he had a respectable stat line. We saw it against my Dolphins. He came down and led a clutch drive to beat us. He also, I think, knocked off the Steelers as well at home. He played pretty well with the Titans. I mean, he showed signs that he could play. He could definitely be that quarterback position and maybe even the future there in Tennessee if he keeps playing well and solidifies himself. We expect to see him as the starter next year in Tennessee. He went for 149 out of 255 on his passes, which is not a bad percentage as a rookie, especially coming in and not being a starter immediately, with 1,808 yards and 8 touchdowns to 4 interceptions, a 2 touchdown to interception ratio. Not terrible. Again, he wasn't a starter. He wasn't expected to be that highly sought after in the draft. He was like the 4th quarterback taken, so it's not terrible. He started again half the year for Tennessee, and I think he's a player that when he starts for the Tennessee Titans next year, he's going to elevate his game that much more. They went out and got targets for him. They got Calvin Ridley. They got Tony Pollard. They're making that offense so much better. I think they'll draft like a Joe Alt in the draft to just give him more protection, more time to get it to those new targets. I think his production in 2024 is going to go up that much more, and he's going to be a great option, maybe even for fantasy football, just a late sleeper dynasty pick. He is a sneaky good player when it comes to that quarterback position, and I can see him doing very, very good things in 2024. Will Levis at number 1. As always, if you guys enjoyed the video, I would appreciate it if you like, subscribe, and share. We're coming close on 1,000. We're not even like, we're under 300, almost under 250. So if you guys like the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and most importantly, keep God number 1. I love you all. It's been Brogan HILLMAN, and I'm out.